Hey everyone, today I have a really fun one, and if you're looking at my drone wondering why does it look like that, don't worry, we're going to get to it. But I would love to share with you 5 tips and tricks that make the DJI Mini 4 Pro even better. Now some of these are new features that were only very recently added, but make the drone easier to use, and one of them, well, I can pretty much guarantee you did not know about. Let's not waste any time and jump right in. And let's start with that new feature. Now, before you can get access to this, you will need to update the firmware on your controller. So if you use the RCN2, that's the controller you attach your phone to, you can simply update the Fly app on your phone. Or if you use the RC2, that's the controller with the screen built in and it's connected to the internet, you should get this pop-up to do the update. Now, sometimes the controller won't automatically recognize it needs to do an update, so you have to manually do this. And you can do that by going to the profile button on the homepage, then to the settings menu, and then within the firmware update section, click check firmware updates, and that should work. If that doesn't work, there is one other way, and that is to scroll down to the bottom of the settings menu, click into about, and then press check for updates, and you will see the message to do the update. Now, to understand why this new feature is super useful and a great time saver, we first have to have a quick crash course on what the home point is. So if you're unaware, the home point is set when you first take your drone off. It's that original takeoff location. But why is this important? Well, if return to home engages, because maybe you lose connection between the controller and the drone, or you get a critically low battery, the drone will return back to its home point. So it goes back to where you originally took it off from. Now this is important to know because if you're using the drone to track yourself, for example, this will mean you've probably walked quite a distance from where you originally took it off from. So if return to home engages, it's not going back to where you're standing with the controller, it's going all the way back to that home point. Now normally this would mean you have to periodically go in and update the home point through the settings menu, but this is quite clunky. Well now DJI have made this so much easier to do. So if you are using the drone to track yourself and you have moved a good distance from that original home point, to update the location to a position closer to you, all you have to do now is tap this icon on the left side of the screen, and now you will see a new option which says update home point. And in here, you can now update the home point location to either where the controller is at, so where you're currently standing, or where the drone is currently at in the air. So I'm going to select controller. And once this is completed, if I now engage return to home, you can see the drone is actually coming back to where I am standing. Now the only thing to remember is this is still a fixed point. Although I have set it to where the controller is at, so where I'm currently standing, if I then move again, I will need to periodically go in and continually update that home point. But this new process of doing it just makes it so much faster. Now, just quickly, I wanted to say, if you're getting value from this video, please let me know by giving me the thumbs up and clicking that like button down below. And if you love all things drones, but also action cameras, gimbals and more, and want to learn about the best settings to get up and running quickly, along with tips and tricks to help you get more cinematic videos and better looking images with your gear, then please consider clicking that subscribe button down below, and when you're down there, be sure to check the notification bell so that you will be alerted when my new videos are released. It would be greatly appreciated. Okay, now this next trick is a super exciting one, and one I guarantee you will use all the time once you find out about it. Now I've mentioned before, but these days I've just grown a little bit tired of the traditional tracking shots you can capture with a drone. I feel like even if you're capturing clips in very different locations, if you always have the drone flying along behind you or to the side of you, once you put those clips together into a sequence, it just all feels very similar. So instead, now what I love to do is actually decouple the movement of the drone to the movement I am making. So have the drone do a different movement to me as I walk through the frame. Now there's various ways you can do this, but the easiest is leveraging the point of interest mode. Now the traditional way to use the POI mode is to draw a box over yourself, select POI on the bottom of the controller screen, and then using the arrows, you can decide the direction and speed you want the drone to orbit you. And then the drone will automatically fly a circle around you. Now this looks great, but there's actually a little hack with the POI mode to be able to make this feature much more useful. So as mentioned, I want to decouple the movement. I want to have the drone do an orbit as I walk through the frame. Now normally this would require 2 people, someone to pilot the drone and a second person to actually walk through the frame. But not with this POI mode. This is super useful if you're out filming yourself. So here we have this cliff edge. So what I'm going to do is draw this tracking box over the edge of the cliff. Now there's a very important step you need to do here, because at the minute when you see this green tracking box, that means the drone is using its vision systems to stay locked on this target. But what this means is, because it's using its vision systems, if you walk underneath that box, it might actually pick you up and start following you, which we don't want. So what I recommend doing is you just want to fly the drone around a little bit, only for a few seconds, and you will see this green tracking box change to this, the position marker. Now when you see this happen, the drone is no longer using its vision systems to mark that tracking point. Instead, it's just using a fixed point on the ground. So that means if we do walk underneath it, it's not going to start tracking us. It will continue doing a smooth movement. All right, we're nearly there. Now, all we have to do is again select the direction and speed we want the drone to do in orbit. And I recommend you make this speed quite slow if you're looking for that cinematic style clip. Hit record. And now as the drone is automatically doing this orbit, I can walk through the frame, in this case along the cliff edge, and because my movement is independent to the drone, I just think this shot looks like something that was really complex to film, but actually as you've just seen, it's super easy. Now if you are going to do this, I do have one tip. As you're walking, make sure to place your finger on the pause button and keep it there. That means if at any time you don't like where the drone is heading or it's in a position you don't like, you can simply just press that pause button even if the controller's down by your side, and the drone will immediately pause and stop in the air. Okay, now I said at the start there would be a trick in this video that I guaranteed you did not know about, and this is it. I'm going to stay true to my promise. Now this one, it's a little nerdy, but it's actually really useful, and that's the fact you can actually plug a USB-C mouse into the RC2 controller. But why would you actually ever want to do this? Well, I find it really useful for the waypoints feature. So waypoints is an incredibly powerful feature on the DJI Mini 4 Pro. It allows you to create pre-planned missions for the drone to automatically fly along. And not only is this repeatable, so you can do this different days and have the drone fly the exact same route, but you can actually create these missions at home before you head out onto location. Now when you're actually placing these little markers on the map, I find it a little bit fiddly with my finger on the screen, especially if I'm trying to make minor adjustments to each position marker. Well, this is where the USB-C mouse comes in super handy. With it plugged in, you'll now see a cursor appear on the screen, and this cursor and the mouse makes it so easy for accurately placing position markers and making those smaller adjustments. Now just quickly, sticking with waypoints, I do have one more tip. If you're planning a waypoint mission where the drone is going to fly next to obstacles or in tight spaces, I generally wouldn't recommend that you pre-plan this mission at home before heading out onto location, because although the map is pretty accurate, it can be hard to know where those position pins are in relation to those obstacles. Instead, what I highly recommend you do is go onto location, and then you can actually use the drone itself in the positions you want to mark each position marker. So all you have to do is put the drone into position that you want for the start of the waypoint mission, and then press the C1 button on the back of the controller. And as you can see, it's just marked that point exactly where the drone's at as the first waypoint. And then you can simply just fly the drone around to each point along the route you want, press that C1 button and continually mark these points. What that means is when you then replay the mission to have the drone fly it automatically, you can know with confidence that the drone will be in the exact position you want. Now, if you're looking to get higher quality videos from the DJI Mini 4 Pro, then listen up, this tip is for you. So in my experience of using this drone for a long time now, I have found that when you're using the auto exposure mode on a bright sunny day, the drone loves to overexpose its highlights. Now what do I mean by that? Essentially, any white area in your image will be too bright, and because it's too bright or overexposed, it will lose detail. So how do we fix this? Well, it's actually really simple. On the bottom right of the controller screen, when again you're using auto mode, you will see this EV icon, and this is the exposure compensation. Now essentially what this setting allows you to do is to tell the drone to expose brighter or darker than it thinks it should for a given scene. So because we want it to lower those highlights a little bit, I recommend lowering this to -0.3, or if it's a really bright sunny day or even a sunset, -0.7. And what that will do is it will lower those highlights, bring back that detail, and result in an image that looks much better. Now, if you fly your drone anywhere with a lot of birds like I do, such as coastal areas, you will know some can get pretty upset and aggressive towards your drone. And I know lots of people who in these situations will just immediately land out of fear for their drone. So because this is a really common problem that myself and others experience, I recently did a video going over a few tips you should use if a bird does start circling or trying to attack your drone. And this includes counterintuitively flying the drone straight up. You see, the bird thinks the drone is its prey, so it won't expect it to fly up, it will expect it to go straight down. So by doing this move, it makes the bird get confused and realize, oh, this is maybe not something I should be trying to attack. So if you would like to watch this video with all its tips, I will put a link to that in the description down below. But on that video, I actually had quite a few comments where people were suggesting using red reflective tape, the same kind of tape you might put on a bike helmet or on a trailer, for example. So I did some quick Googling, and sure enough, there are tons of places online where people highly recommend putting the tape on your drone as it supposedly keeps birds away from it. So I went ahead and I picked up some red reflective tape. I just got this on Amazon. And the key is to place this on as many of the flat surfaces on your drone as possible. Obviously though, just make sure not to cover any of the vents or sensors or put it anywhere near the motors. So this is why my drone looks like this. It's not a really bad repair job. I've been trying out this method for the past couple of weeks and actually, I think it works. Birds still get close, but now they seem to have a quick look and then back off again. And I haven't had any try to attack the drone since I put this tape on it. The only downside, well, it does kind of ruin the look of the drone. I'm not sure I like it, but look on the bright side. If you do have a crash, you're definitely going to be able to find it. So look, this is a really inexpensive method to try, and if you do fly somewhere with a lot of birds, I would give it a go to see if it helps you. So there you have it, a few tips and tricks that I think make this little drone even better. Now, do you know any tips or tricks that you think improve the DJI Mini 4 Pro? I would love to hear about them, so please let me know in the comments down below. And if you would like to find out about 5 more tips that make the Mini 4 Pro even better again, here's a video going over how to use cruise control to get more unique shots, what all the icons mean on the radar compass, and more. And you can watch that by clicking up here or by clicking the link in the description down below.